Hey to all the men of Iron Sharpens Iron.
Great to be with you all. We are really looking forward to the time we're going to be able to share in just a few weeks.
Yes, and especially because of the topic.
Which is
understanding and unlocking the mysteries of your wife, which is possible, by the way.
In 45 minutes.
Well, we might push it a little bit longer than that, but it's not going to be a 2-hour thing. Trust me.
Or
might
2
be
days.
A couple extra minutes in there.
And when we say that with all seriousness, that it actually is possible, guys. We tend to almost always just kind of look at women as being random, and how in the world could we ever understand them, and therefore tend to throw up our hands and say it's
impossible.
It's impossible.
And the good news is that is not true, because we have actually done, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
Keep going.
we see, you don't understand women and we interrupt you, and I'm so sorry, but there's actually a reason for that, which is one of the things we're going to be covering in the talk. And we can tell you this not just from our experience, but from the research that we've done, because over the last 18 years, we have interviewed and surveyed more than 35,000 men and women in order to be able to come to you with really good, rigorous data to explain to you why your wife is as she is, and help you understand all those things that maybe, why does she get so upset with this? Or
exactly. And just so that you know, the stuff that we're going to be sharing with you, while it might be eye-opening, it isn't rocket science. It isn't information that is impossible to grasp. These are all things that are incredibly doable once we learn to challenge our kind of assumptions that we have about women, and particularly about our spouse. And I'll tell you, we're all after peace in our lives, in our relationships, in our marriages. This is a great step in that direction.
All right, boys, you want us to do that one more time? Because I saw we went a little long.
Maybe a little bit long. So here's again, so that your teaser is in the ballpark of the others.
Yeah.
What you'll hear the other presenters talk about is they'll start the same way you did, greet them. We like to affirm men for doing anything like this, because most men will go, I think it's going okay, and so until it's broke, they won't. So you're affirming them is good. And we want to reinforce, especially the date, join me on June 14th, join me. Joining, men like to be, join me, don't go to something, join me. We're going to be here, join us on June 14th. This is part of a man in his marriage track.
Can I ask a quick question about that? So I might have written it down wrong. I had thought when you had first talked about it that it was going to be available for more than one day.
Yes, it will be, and that we explained that to them. But what we want to do, we want to feature when your seminar will be released. And then once it's released, it will stay there. It's not going anywhere.
Great.
So they'll be able to listen to whenever they want. But we're inviting them to a certain time and place, to the website on June 14th, to connect to you guys. So that's just something we want to reinforce.
Yeah, your seminar on the date, it'll go live at 8 a.m. that morning, so people can start watching it at any given moment that they want to after 8. So
right.
Yeah. So
that sounds cool. Okay, and
right.
Actually, Jeff, the reason we went over is that it took me a long time to figure out where the clock was. Did you see the clock?
Oh, I didn't.
It's right up there.
Man.
That's why we went over.
Where's that clock?
We were just guessing. Yep. Totally guessing.
Y'all were pretty close.
I finally found the clock just as it ticked over from 1:59 to 2 minutes. I'm like, oh, there's the clock.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Give it another whirl.
We'll do another countdown, and this 15-second, and then we'll go again.
Okay. All right? Sounds good.
Okay.
You started again. Okay.
Okay. Hey to all the amazing men of ISI. We are Jeff and Shaunti Feldheim, and we are glad that you are here. And I have to tell you, as a woman, thank you on behalf of the women in your life that you are willing to consider as part of the Man and His Marriage Track, joining us on June 14th to hear about the mysteries of your wife. On behalf of your wife, thank you.
To understand all of the mysteries of your wife and women in general. Actually, we can actually say that pretty confidently because
tell them why.
Over the last 18 years, I guess it is, that we've done research with probably, 35,000 couples, individuals, to tease out what are those things that we just don't get about one another, those little things that tend to have a big, big impact in our relationships.
And of course, all the men listening to this are like, what I don't get about my wife, that would be like everything. But it's not actually true. There's actually so much more knowledge than you realize that's actually already in your mental database. And we're going to be helping you to sort of translate that and realize, oh my goodness, doing some of these things to make my wife happy and understand her is way easier than I thought.
It's not rocket science, but it really is just learning a few of these key principles. So we really look forward to having you join us on June 14th. See you then.
Was that better?
That was good.
That was awesome. First class, straight A there. Yeah, that's going to work. Perfect invite, good spirit. You guys are obviously together. So thank you so much for taking time to do this. We really appreciate you guys.
We appreciate what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
Seriously, Brian.